Welcome back. 3 church leaders charged with sex crimes against children in Spartanburg County in just 1 week. And now it has the parents wondering what is happening behind closed doors at these churches. The Julie Valentine Center says it happens more than people really realize, and in a lot of cases, the children are just afraid to come forward.
Fox Carolina's Kayla Conboy joins us live from outside the Julie Valentine Center tonight. And Kayla, what do they say are signs of abuse in kids?
Well, counselors say to be on the lookout for any personality changes. They say if a kid was once outgoing and is suddenly shy and quiet, that could be a big red flag something is happening. They say kids often show behavioral changes before speaking out.
The statistics are astonishing. Every day victims walk in through these doors. Many are children scarred from sexual abuse.
1 in 4 girls and 1 in 6 boys are likely to be sexually abused by the age of 18.
Shauna Galloway Williams says in most cases it's being forced by someone they know, even trusted, a coach, a teacher, a neighbor, even a church leader. In just 1 week, Spartanburg County deputies say they arrested 3 pastors.
An individual can be a really good person, doing really good things for the community, for their church, for children, and at the same time, they can also be abusing a child. So often a child makes an outcry, makes a disclosure, and everyone is so quick to say, there's no way that this could have happened.
She knows abusers are often the last person a parent would suspect, so it's overlooked, swept under the rug in some cases.
Sometimes people get involved in work that gives them access to children. The very same person that makes a really great youth leader and youth minister because they relate to children and they can relate to parents and they can develop those trusting relationships might be the very same person who's using that opportunity to gain access to children and to abuse them.
And it often leads to spiritual injuries. The kids left questioning their faith altogether.
One of the first questions that comes to mind is, why did this happen to me? Other questions that may come about are, where was God when this happened to me? And in particular, if that abuse happens at the hands of someone who is a leader in the faith community, what does that really mean when someone who is really, an extension of God, who is put in this position to lead us in our faith, and yet they're doing this thing to me that I know is wrong and is hurtful.
And she says not every case comes out. Children are afraid to come forward, to tell someone, because the abuser sometimes knows exactly how to groom a child.
A lot of times kids have been threatened, or they may be afraid that if they tell someone that something's going to happen to them or someone that they love, or that they're not going to be believed. Many survivors are told that if you tell, no one's going to believe you, or if you tell, I'm going to kill you. And those threats are real, and those threats keep so many survivors from ever telling their stories.
She says there are a few things that parents can do. She says always make sure to ask the churches what their child protection policies are. Make sure you have those guidelines. That can be very important moving forward. The other thing she says is to ask how the church would respond if allegations did come out. She says it's important to know that other church leaders and the entire congregation would want to report this and would also support the child and the family. Cody, Diana.
So Kayla, what did she say that parents should tell their children or talk to their children about? I think for a lot of parents, it's an important question.
She says you should always give them permission to tell. This is something that you really have to do. She says to tell them, if anything happens, come to us or come to another loving person in the family or possibly a family friend. That gives them an outlet and says, we will trust you if you come forward and say that something did happen. It also can sometimes give them an alternative. If there is abuse happening within the family, they can go to someone outside of the family or possibly even the church. Reporting live in Greenville County, Kayla Conboy, Fox Carolina, the 10 o'clock news.